Can McCaffrey do it again? Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is Madden NFL Football on EA Sports. Coming up, dual threat Christian McCaffrey. Fresh off a big game a week ago, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the New York Giants. With that, let's get up to MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the MVP of Super Bowl 52 in his 8th year now out of Arizona. It's Nick Foles.
It's hard to be frustrated when you throw for nearly 400 yards, but I know he wanted to break that barrier. I think he got the pain eased a little bit when they named him NFC Offensive Player of the Week, though.
Yeah, when you get the award, you know you had the best week in the conference, you'll let it slide. But, hey, that number well within his range. You know he's got the arm to do it in this one. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, but it's going to be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
He's got Herndon, his tight end. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Vikings under 6-year head coach Mike Zimmer. Leading him out, the 2nd-year man from UCLA, drafted number 10 overall. It's Josh Rosen.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
They'll run with a 3rd-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Good job, good job.
Let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
Running back Tariq Cohen brings us all to our feet when he's on the field because you never know how they're going to utilize it. In 2018, was able to run, throw, and catch a touchdown pass. And in addition, was a 2018 Pro Bowl return specialist for the NFC. The human joystick makes everything better when he's on the field.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. This will be caught by Brown. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play. I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. A look now at our starting defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
Foles. And able to complete it to Moreau. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a giant 1st down.
Push him back. Push him back.
Now Foles. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Foles. Herndon's got it complete. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. That's good for 28 yards. They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, get a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Thomas Davis. A look now at the starters for the Giants defensively. They played really well in the win last week over the Redskins.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
Here's Rosen to throw. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Uchenna Nwosu in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep.
They'll run with McCaffrey. Finding room at the 30. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Christian McCaffrey, 85 yards. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Santos with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. On 3rd down, Rosen. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
Watch the slant.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throw complete to Herndon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards and a Giant 1st down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here's McCaffrey. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's caught. Jones. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28.
Be alert. That's good for a first down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards and a giant 1st down. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the 2nd quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Pick it up.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that's complete to McCaffrey. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
I'll bet you as they ran out there for that play, the head coach either on his headset or he pulled him aside and told the special teams coordinator, whatever block you've got, pull it out of the bag right now. We need a spark.
When you can just feel it on their sideline, the air just kind of out of the balloon. Now maybe you're right, a spark, a little bit of hope.
That's when the special teams coordinator who works on this ad nauseum, I'm talking about morning, noon, and night, he's trying to figure out, okay, where's my best opportunity? Which one do I have? And he pulled the right one and got his team going and hopefully back into the game.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rosen, he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. 11 yards there, 1st down. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Play action here with Rosen. And finding the tight end Wilson. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rosen. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Rosen will throw. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
And no forward progress here. This is going to be a safety.
Result of the play
And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Throwing on 2nd down, Rosen. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. That is caught by Cohen. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
All day, baby, let's go. Let's go.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
You might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. And he can't quite corral it defensively. Maybe some space to go the other direction if he had caught it. That brings up 4th down now.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Now Rosen on 1st down. And he completes it to Cohen. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. Rosen now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Rosen hands off to Johnson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Matt Judon there to bring him down.
58.
Rosen to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
At the 22-yard line.
Now Foles toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So a failure to connect on 2nd down. That leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Foles. And this is going to be incomplete.
Intended for Christian McCaffrey. Incomplete.
Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for New York. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Demaryius Thomas gets set to go again on offense. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And that is incomplete.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge. There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Here's Foles, and that is incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And possession will switch hands 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. 3 down, 3 down.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. That one caught by Gibson. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down, Rosen.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Check 13. Let's go.
Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's got this down to the 35. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's the former Super Bowl MVP, Nick Foles, with the strong first half. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw their verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On second down now, it's Cohen, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now Rosen looking to throw, and the throw there going to be incomplete. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
We got this.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
McCaffrey. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
58 the money. 58 the money.
They'll set up to throw, and that will be incomplete.
Intended for Chris Herndon. Incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Allen on to punt as he gets this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 22-yard line.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen, they see the blocks happen, they feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. It's caught. Jones. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. On the ground, McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
Again, McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll look to throw here. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Marvin Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, this first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that will make this a 19-point game. That time a 6-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Rosen off the play action. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
3 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
58, 58. Let's go,
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. I feel like nothing is working offensively. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete.
Watch QB drop.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. Second and 5 now. Foles. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. Looking downfield for... Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Now they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Double dog, that's the way.
After the interception, here's Rosen. This is brought in by Gibson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Quit talking about it.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. From the gun, it's Rosen. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. To throw is Rosen. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Here we go.
Rosen now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing again, it's Rosen. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Marquise Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Extra point good by Prater, and that will get him 1 closer. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game, the interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Face mask. Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
It's a gain of 5.
From the 41, Foles looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, and that'll make it 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Foles. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Foles. Throw complete to Herndon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Here's Foles. It's caught by Herndon. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Allen Robinson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Santos now to add the PAT. And that one makes this a 19-point game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Ed Oliver in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to go back to Hollywood there, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The dump-off gets him 9, so now they're in much better shape for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Back to throw here. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Uchenna Nwosu. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Josh Rosen and company getting set for their next possession. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one, but let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again. That'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He's going to go for a big play downfield and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. Rosen. And this is incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. But at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. David Johnson. His first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Santos with the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Josh Rosen and company getting set for their next possession. And those numbers, they kind of tell the story of his game so far. Started off not so hot. Now he's really heated up.
And remember, he signed up for duty as the guy who leads the team, right? The field general, the signal caller. So when things go rocky early, he can't just exit out and ask someone else to pick things up. He's got to do it himself, and that's what he's done here in this game.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And Olsen over the middle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now Rosen on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. To try again after the sack. Rosen, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And now out come the Giants. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Go.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
Oh, boy, I know you're right.
No gain on the
58
play.
Mike, 58.
It's now
58
3rd
Mike.
and 4.
Coming. I'm coming. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the curl, watch the curl. Watch the go.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
Here's Ryan Allen now. He's been terrific so far. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Giants, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.